Julie Harkin, casting director for 2 HBO shows by way of Britain, I May Destroy You and Industry. I want to start with I May Destroy You, which is Michaela Cole's baby. What was it like casting for a show in which the creator is also the star?
Like a job of a lifetime. Michaela was a very open collaborator who just wanted to push inclusivity in terms of like how we cast the show, but also how everybody behaved behind the scenes. And she was a really warm, giving, loving person to be around and work with on a day-to-day basis. She couldn't do no wrong in my book.
What kind of discussions did you have with her about casting some of these roles?
Michaela was always pushing, but always wanted to push boundaries. Always wanted to give opportunity to people that wouldn't necessarily get the given opportunities that we were given them. So she when we started the show, it was one of those beautiful situations where we weren't bogged down with the finding profile for your network or your broadcaster type of conversations. It was like she said to me very earlier on, go and find me the African American, the Black actors who have not had any screen opportunity to date. Find me the actors of color who have not had their moment on screen, to just give people a chance. And she would want to, for example, I always talk about the example of the role that Kadif Kerwin played. He played the police officer who, when Papa Esidu's character Kwame went to report his sexual assault to the police, he was faced with a police officer who was homophobic towards him. And Michaela had said, why don't we find a gay actor to play that role, because gay actors don't get to play homophobic police officers. So why don't we turn everything on its head? And why don't we give opportunity to actors that have never had those types of opportunities before? Which I just thought was a beautiful way of work. And quite a unique way of looking at casting, which was stemmed by her. And she was a great leader in that respect.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. That's a great way of like subverting expectations almost.
Yeah, totally.
Well, Arabella is the main character, obviously, but the show is very much about her friendships with Kwame and Terry and their experiences with sexual assault. And Papa and Michaela went to drama school together, but it was you, I understand, and not Michaela, who suggested him for the part. So how did you think of him?
Papa had done an awful lot of really interesting work here. He'd an amazing Hamlet on stage, and I just think he's one of the most talented forces of nature that we've got in this country at the moment, in the world, in the acting community everywhere. So when she had said to me, and obviously we know this is based on real life experience, and they had been to drama school together, and that it was a no-brainer to me that Papa would be the guy that would be brought in to play her best friend in the show. And I think it goes back to what I said before, that Michaela wanted to give other people opportunity. So she wanted to look at a broad spectrum of actors and give them a chance. And I think I was very Irish and forceful and direct to her about my opinion on who should get the part, and she respected that. And listen, it was the chemistry that they have off screen translated on screen, and it was the heart and soul of the whole show. So it was the right decision in the end. But I think her want to explore other actors in the industry always comes from such a good place with her. Like, she always wants to say, you know, like who needs a chance, who needs to be seen, who needs an audition, who needs their voice heard, who needs to be represented. You know, it's always it's always about giving people opportunity.
Yeah, and like having that built-in friendship is obviously great, but then like with Veruche, Opia coming in, like it really did feel like the three of them have been like best friends for a really long time. So it was like casting her.
No, well, they didn't know Veruche. I mean, I knew Veruche because I mean, now you're asking a woman in her 40s to try and remember who she cast her in a small part years ago, and it will not come to my head. But it's like I had known of Veruche for quite a long time and absolutely adored her. And I knew just the energy of the character. She was just the first person I thought of. And we saw a lot of people for that role, and we saw a lot of different types of actors for that role. And she won in the end because she just brought tea to life in a way that nobody else did. And that was we also did a lot of chemistry reading with Michaela and our tea options. And Veruche and Michaela just had this immediate gorgeous spark that was kind of like, there was no kind of discussion after that. You were like, okay, this is going to work. Yeah.
Definitely. Well, switching over to industry, this is an ensemble show with a pretty young cast. And was the plan always to cast mostly unknowns in these roles?
Yeah. Because I don't know if how you could have done it any other way. I don't think that our industry is full of a lot of people that are that young that have a profile that would make any difference to a podcaster. So I think the excitement about going out and creating an ensemble of new actors is something I am always driven by, which I've done with Misfits a long time ago now, and shows like Utopia. And I mean, like, I wanted to do the job for that reason, that it required that creation of that ensemble of young actors.
And this is Myla Harold's first major role, right? She was mostly in theater. So how did you find her?
Well, I mean, she was with an agency in New York, and we had done our usual searching, our usual social media searching, and she just popped up on a self-tape, and we had been, looking for that character for quite some time, and we had hundreds of submissions for all of those roles, I might add. The search for all of the characters in industry must have went on for about a year. But Myla just appeared one day, when you're going through all of the actor submissions and you're giving them the due diligence that they deserve. And she just completely popped. And it was just one of those golden moments where sometimes you'll you'll read a character in a script and you'll think, oh my God, this is so difficult. I don't know how we're ever going to find this. And it'll appear to you straight away. And then other times something will take a long time. Looking for Harper, Myla, took a long time. But my God, when she arrived, it was like there was no one else.
Yeah, and it's like such a star-making role too, because she does care to show she's the lead, and there's so much material, especially as the season goes on.
Yeah, and Myla is a beautiful woman and like a highly intelligent person, and she put layers onto Harper that we didn't know Harper had when we were casting Harper, and she just brought her off the page in a way that I didn't expect, and even more in season 2. It's very exciting.
So what can you say about season 2 and any new characters?
I would be murdered if I said anything. I just heard Kelly saying that she was casting for the second series of Bridgerton, so I'm knee deep in the second series of Industry right now. It's really exciting. There's going to be a lot going on.
Well, I can't wait to see that. Julie, thank you so much for your time. It was great speaking with you. And we'll see you back in a little bit.
Okay, bye.